Too late, Chelsea.
Okay.
Chelsea ran off on me. So welcome back to the Northern Nerd Network. I can't stop broadcasting. But my name is Dan Schessel. Today on the episode, I have Chelsea Thompson, who just came back, I'm so glad that you came back.
Hi guys.
I don't think I could do this without you.
I wouldn't abandon you, Dan. Never. Team effort. Woohoo! Go team.
That's the way we work here on the Northern Nerd.
Yep.
Yes. So first off, let's just start off again, like we always do on every episode. How was your week, Chelsea?
Yeah, my week was pretty good. I started a new assignment with the Vancouver School Board, so that was pretty sweet.
Oh. Sorry.
It's going pretty well, so that's lots of fun, and yeah, that's about it.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
When we last left you,
yes.
You were going to go play some board games.
Oh, yes.
How was that?
Yeah, that was good. So we a little while ago, my boyfriend found this game like randomly in chapters. We were there getting something completely different and wandered past the games table and stopped to take a look, as you do, because who walks by a table of board games and doesn't look? And he found this game called Telestrations, which is basically the telephone game except with drawing. It's like if Pictionary and the telephone game had a baby, and it's pretty great. So you pick like a phrase, and depending on how many people are playing, you either write down your phrase and pass it on, and the next person has to look at it and draw a picture, and then you pass it on. The next person gets it, has to look at the picture and try and figure out what the phrase is. Or if you have I think it's an odd number of people, you pick your phrase and you draw the first picture and then pass it on, and then it follows that pattern. You get the phrase, you draw the picture. You get a picture, you have to guess the phrase until it makes it all the way around the circle back to you.
That's awesome.
And then you give arbitrary points for like hilarious pictures and whatnot.
Very good. That's I kind of want to try Telestrations. I've heard some good things about it. And yeah, so that's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of like because we got the Telestrations After Dark, which is like the adult version. So basically, it's got like the phrases are more risque or dirty or whatever. And so it's kind of like Cards Against Humanity that way. It's a good like social game. So if you have a really big group of people getting together to play, just to like sit around and draw ridiculous pictures and be like horrible human beings together, it's pretty great.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So myself personally, I have pretty much been just working. I did a little bit. I don't know what was last time. I can't even remember what had happened last time.
Well, when the weather was still nice, you were still doing some roofing, I think, or they had you working like crazy. No, was it you were insulating?
Yeah,
somewhere?
That's my job.
Yeah.
So yeah, just more work. That's all pretty much I've been doing. That and I did the what's it called? Oh man, I am just totally lost today.
The event you were at this past weekend?
The event thing that I did.
Extra Life that we're going to talk about after the news.
That's right.
Today. I'm going to ask you all about it.
That's right. It's going to be awesome. It was a good time, but I don't want to talk too much about that. That's just because that's our topic for the night.
Yeah.
Is, what happened? How did it go? What would you expect when you turned into the 24-hour live stream that I had going?
I love the progression of your life, the way you looked throughout the night. You were like
there was one point where I was actually falling asleep, literally playing a video game, and I could see as I was playing Destiny at the time, and I was doing one of the strikes, and I really feel bad for the person I was on the strike with, or the people I was on the strike with, because I was not very helpful. Every so often, my gun would just fall to the ground, and it would be looking at the ground, and I'd be like looking up the screen. I'm like, oh, I'm like, that was me. Like, it was mimicking everything I was doing. I was just like nodding off, and my gun would just go down, and I'd be looking at the ground. Oh yeah, dying over really dumb, stupid things. Yeah. Anyways, that was fun.
But you did it. You made it through.
I did
And
make it through.
all in the name of fun for a good cause.
It was good. Anyways, let's just continue on to our news. We have news.
To our news, yes, we do have news, and then we'll get back to Extra Life. But starting off with actually a bit of news close to home this evening. Really exciting, kind of a bit of a plug for us. So our viewers and listeners out there who know us and love us, we have a brand new website. Hooray! Because Dan's amazing and just spent a whole bunch of time updating and revamping and whatnot. So Dan, would you like to share with our lovely listeners and viewers the brand new URL that they can go and check out the fancy new website?
So if you guys are out there right now watching or listening to this Nerdcast, you guys can go to northernnerdnetwork.com, and hopefully in the next day or two, northernnerd.com will also be attached to that as well. And you will find our fancy, shiny website. It is so that before the audio version of the Nerdcast couldn't link into to iTunes. The provider we used was not very conducive to podcasting.
Making it all sync together.
Yeah, making it all sync together, making it all work. So we said, fine, be that way. We don't care. We will make a whole new website just because we want to make sure that the audio version of this can link into your podcast player of choice. So therefore, we just redid everything. I started from the ground up, worked tirelessly to get this thing up, and it is now available for your viewing consumption. All the videos are there. All the Nerdcasts are slowly getting plugged in. I think I'm on episode 7. The only reason why we're so behind on that one is because I have to upload each individual one, and I also have to rip all the audio from all the other Nerdcasts. So it's taking me a little bit of time to get all that done, but it will get there. We will get all the way up to episode 20, which is this episode. I didn't know if I said that already. This is episode 20.
I don't think so. Episode 20. Woo, woo.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. We're actually we've got some episodes behind us. We're veterans of this now. We're not very good. Not yet.
Well, you and I have fun. If people tune in to watch and listen to us, we thank them for it because we have fun.
And you know what? If you guys ever decide to just watch us live, this is truly the best way to ingest this would be to watch us live, because you know what? If you do, you get to comment on the video as it's happening. There's a live chat that's off to the side, and you guys can just talk to us, and I can see that. So
is that feature working again?
It is working again, but you have to now. Here's the thing: if you go to the YouTube channel, and then you click on the live events, and then let me see if I can just quickly do this. So if I go, oh wait, hang on, I can show you guys how it works. If I can figure out how to do that again. Screen share. All right, here we go. There. Share. All right, so here's my screen. I'm going to go to my channel here. So if you guys go to the live now right here, and you go click on that, it will bring you up to this page. Now, right on this side here, there you guys have the live chat. And you guys can chat with us right there. it is pretty awesome. So that is happening. That happens. All right. So there you go.
Hooray!
If you are watching this, you will see what I mean. If you are listening to this, just go to the Nerdcast or the Northern Nerd page on YouTube, and you can.
And so, Dan, you have that open and enabled, so you can see that. I don't at the moment, but so you would be able to see people chatting in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
I have it open. So yes, if you are wanting to chat with us, I do have it open, and so I can see it.
Hooray!
Hello. Oh, hi, Aaron.
Yay, Aaron!
Yes, Aaron is back.
Hooray!
It works.
Awesome. Yeah, I know. We were so sad when the Google Plus Q&A feature became not anymore.
Yes.
So I'm so glad we have another option to do that.
Yes. Thank you, Aaron. I love the couch too. So here, okay. I want to just talk a little bit. The reason why this is all kind of changed around. I have my computer now hooked up to my Xbox, so I can do some recording of me playing games and stuff like that. And so, yeah, everyone's playing Fallout. So I'm basically just kind of switched everything around. So now I have a little monitor up on my table here, my low table, and everything's around. I can put this green screen up, and I can just kind of superimpose myself over top of some video game playing, just for fun.
Just because you can.
Just because I can.
Wow, you're so tech savvy, Dan. Listening to you talk to some of the things that you do makes me feel like such a Luddite sometimes.
It is. I'm just so excited because I got this capture card in my computer now, and I get to do some fun stuff with it. And I cannot wait for the fun stuff. Anyways, that is
off the top, a little fun news just to plug ourselves, and mostly we do it for you, the fancy new website, all for you guys, because we have fun. But honestly, if it weren't for our listeners and viewers and people who subscribe to our page and check out our website, we wouldn't be doing any of this. So thank you guys so much. We hope you like it. We hope it's easier to find stuff. And thank you, Dan, for putting in all the work. We appreciate it.
Well, you guys are welcome. I can see Aaron is very excited about us having the chat back. He's okay. So, anyways,
you want to know what else is really exciting?
Yes, I do.
The new Northern Nerd website. Slow melting ice cream.
What? That's not possible.
Yes. So, those of you listening and following along, as per usual, all of our news items are posted up on the Facebook page where you too can follow along because we love audience participation. So yes, news item number 2 on the list if you're following along. So researchers at the University of Edinburgh have discovered a naturally occurring protein that already exists that can be added to ice cream to cause it to melt more slowly. So you can experience the deliciousness of ice cream without worrying about it disintegrating into soupy mess in your hands. So they're hoping that with more tests and a little more research that it will officially be added to ice cream ingredients all over the world by 2020, so that all ice cream will become slow melting by 2020. So delicious.
That is so crazy. I want this ice cream, but I'm like, will it change the flavor of my beautiful, most loved item in the world? Because ice cream is so beautiful.
Well, that's the thing, right? They've got a little more research and more testing and stuff to do, but
and then it turns out that it poisons everybody.
It's like really terrible for you. At the top of the list and making sure it doesn't change that. Yeah, actually, we've got a whole, this evening's news is actually populated by a whole whack of amazing inventions, experiments, etc. Some pretty cool stuff that I came across this week. I was like, that's amazing. I should share it with everybody. So actually, in addition to slow melting ice cream, next up, we have sunglasses that allow people who are colorblind to see the full spectrum of colors.
Now, I've heard of this before. I'm pretty sure this is not new.
The article I came across is from like last spring of 2015.
Okay.
So I believe they were in development. But there's a link in the article that I've shared that links to like the company's webpage, and I believe they can now be purchased. I think here's start roughly around $325.
That is pretty awesome. I know, like, I have some friends of mine who are colorblind, and I like, to me, I don't know how, like, if they want to see properly or not, or if they're just so used to it. But I know there's a few of my friends that really kind of get annoyed by some of the games and things like that they don't get to watch all the different colors.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
So
the biggest, most common is usually red-green color blindness, which often affects your ability to drive. And so these sunglasses will differentiate between those colors, and you would be able to see traffic lights work, which is really cool.
Yeah, I know, and a lot of them they just know where the lights are, right?
Yeah.
They just remember where the red and the green is supposed to be.
Yes.
But yeah, it is yeah, it's one of those things where I've never understood it because I don't understand what it would look like being colorblind. But if it was me, I'd probably spend $300 easily on glasses to help me see. I mean, how much do you spend on glasses normally just to help you see better?
Yeah, well, and the technology behind it, it's really cool. I mean, I don't know much about the condition, but my understanding is the way the light is received and interpreted through the eyes to the brain. And so it's 100+ layers of this particular coating that sort of reduces how the wavelength of certain colors is received and processed through the eye into the brain, which allows people who are colorblind, it makes it easier for their brain to process something like that. I believe there's more of information about it in the article, but it's really cool. And this coating is like supposed to be like 3 times stronger than regular glasses. So if you get them, they'll last you a really long time. So
that's pretty awesome.
More durable than even a regular pair of eyeglasses. The really cool thing now would be is if they could transfer that technology or that coating to like regular clear glass glasses. So it wasn't just sunglasses, it was regular glasses that people wear all the time. That'd be really cool. And who knows, I didn't check out the manufacturer's website, but who knows, they may have a product like that already.
They probably just hide the layers underneath the sunglass facade, right? I'm pretty sure no matter what you're gonna do, you're gonna have some sort of like, because the one actually looks like a different color. Like you can see different red and green and blue shades inside the sunglass.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty awesome, cool stuff that they can do with your eyes nowadays. And speaking of your eyes, there's the next.
Even more
is all about eyes. You went all eye today.
Not just people who are colorblind, you and me and everybody else, anybody with eyes. So researchers have invented, I mean, I guess this is the first wave of like becoming superhumans. I mean, we talked a little bit about, I'm not sure if it was the last Nerdcast or the one before, we talked about the bionic arms that were then wired into the brain to be controlled by the brain, which is awesome. So bionic limbs for people who lost their arms. So now we have bionic lenses. So it's kind of like contact lenses and laser surgery combined. So they go in and they surgically replace the natural lens in your eye with this bionic lens, which doesn't break down, so you avoid like cataracts when you get older and stuff like that. And it gives you bionic vision, 3 times better than 20/20 vision. So you too can have superhuman sight.
I love how this is like, if you can see normally and just perfectly fine, why don't you go get LASIK and get it even better? So,
Try out these bionic lenses. See even better.
I mean, sure. If I can see better, I don't know. I don't think it's necessary, but if I had trouble seeing, yeah, I could see getting something like these lenses or something like that to help me see better than normal people. It'd be cool. But yeah.
Well, like I said, here we are on the path to becoming superhuman superheroes with all of these enhancements, right?
Exactly. So I mean, really, like
exoskeletons that help us lift incredible amounts of weight, bionic limbs that are hardwired into our brains to be controlled by our minds, bionic eyes that give us better than 20/20 vision.
So if you want to like try out to become a fighter pilot, you're just gonna go do this. This is step one. Step one to becoming a fighter pilot: go get your eyes,
your
bionic eyes. Go get your bionic eye implants before you go and do that.
And then who knows? They might put you through fighter pilot training in this brand new elevator that's just been invented.
Say what?
Forget gyroscopes. So one of the larger elevator companies has invented the first elevator that's cable lifts. So it's kind of like the SkyTrain in Vancouver. It's powered by magnets, and the polarity of magnets moves the elevator car. But because it's cable lifts and powered by magnets, it has the ability not only to travel vertically, but horizontally as well.
So essentially, you're making the exact same kind of elevator that's in Star Trek in the Enterprise, because the Enterprise elevator does go horizontal.
It's a turbo lift.
It's a turbo lift. You're essentially making a turbo lift.
Yeah.
First off, I just want to say, I don't know how I feel about this. This is the same technology that runs trains at 300 miles per hour. 300 miles per hour. Are you essentially making a elevator that can run at 300 miles per hour?
I imagine that the polarity for an elevator in a building would be significantly less as to control the velocity so that it wouldn't be able to go nearly as fast.
I would hope not. Now, the other thing is it's cableless.
Yes.
So essentially you're floating without touching anything.
If it's good enough for Picard, it's good enough for me.
Make it so. Yes. It's I don't know. This is absolutely insane. I love the idea of having a turbo lift. It's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I must say, it's pretty cool.
They put this technology in a tower that's under construction, slated to be completed in 2016. So I believe in the article that I shared, it has a link to the company's website and press release about it. And so you might be able to find more information about where this tower actually is, and you too could travel to it to go in the turbo lift.
That is pretty cool. The other thing is, you can essentially have more than one elevator in the same shaft. Mm-hmm. Because it does rotate around on different lines. Like it can go pretty much almost anywhere.
Yeah. So
you can have, like, it says, multi. It's a multi. It's crazy. It's crazy. This whole system is crazy.
Yeah, one that's going up, one that's coming right behind it, but then moves horizontally over.
Yeah, like gets out of the way. Like, I don't know. This is so weird. Cool. I'm very excited about it. I would like to try this and see how it works. For sure. That's cool. All right. That's just about it. I think we
Yeah, I think that's it for the news this evening. So now we get to have the chat about the awesomeness that was Extra Life.
Yes. So Extra Life did happen. Hang on, let me just
Dan, why don't you, I mean, I know, so first off, viewers and listeners out there, you can go to our shiny new webpage that we mentioned off the top of the show, and check out footage that will be that's been posted of Dan.
I did not post it on the website.
Oh, not yet? Okay. It's on
No,
the
I don't think I will either.
No?
No.
Is it on the YouTube page?
It'll be on the YouTube page. It's on.
All right. Well, then you can go to our lovely YouTube page and check out the video footage that Dan posted from the event. But for those of our viewers who maybe didn't tune in last week or haven't listened to last week's podcast, why don't you give us a recap of what is Extra Life, Dan?
So Extra Life essentially was you go and play games for 24 hours, solid.
A gaming marathon.
A gaming marathon. Now this event happened at 2:00. It started essentially at 2:00 in the afternoon. I was there at, I believe, 12:00 set up. So I went to Commonwealth Community Rec Center at 12:00 and set my gear up. And that means 4 trips from my car to the table that I had set up. The 2 people who were right next to me were no-shows. So I had so much space. It was actually kind of nice because I'm like, well, I could actually like stretch out a little bit more, and I didn't have to worry about bumping people with my microphone because I had that all set up there. It was good. So anyways, I started setting up at 12:00. Started playing pretty much as soon as I could get playing. And then 2:00 there was the what's it called? I can't remember what it was called. The
opening ceremony.
Opening ceremonies was at 2:00.
Official welcome and everything.
Yeah, so they had a few people like some politicians. I don't even know who they all had there. They came in and did some sort of like one game right at the beginning to kind of kick things off, and it was pretty good. They played some sort of narwhal game. I can't remember what it was called now, but yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then we started gaming, and we went all the way. I went all the way to 12:00. Now that's not technically, I don't think, 24 hours. However, they needed the space back. What's it called? They needed the space back to give to the
at the community center. Yeah.
community center. So it wasn't quite. It was very close to the 24-hour time period. And they kind of cut me off. I got kind of cut off with my internet at around 11ish. So I got most of what happened there. Anyways, it was kind of nice.
24-hour gaming marathon called Extra Life in support of
the Stollery.
So, and all Children's Miracle Network hospitals, right? So
that is correct. Now,
Extra Life Edmonton is an Extra Life that happens as part of a greater Extra Life network. So yes, there are Extra Life events that happen all over
North America.
And you raise money for the proceeds for your local Children's Miracle Network hospital.
Yes. Now and you direct to certain hospitals.
Will be directed to certain hospitals, yes. So in Edmonton, we are fortunate enough to have the Stollery, which we talked about last time is a super awesome place. Great place to raise money for. How much money were was raised, I guess, or you able to raise and was raised in total by this year's event? Do you know
Okay,
that?
so my total donation was like I had a goal of $500. That was my goal. I ended up raising $555 for the stollery, which is
Woohoo!
pretty awesome. I cannot say enough about how much I appreciate everyone who donated to the cause. It was such a worthy cause. The Stollery Children's Hospital Foundation is just one that it serves not just Alberta and not just Edmonton. It serves BC, Saskatchewan,
Yeah, a huge chunk of Western Canada. Yeah,
yeah, the Northwest Territories, the Yukon.
territories.
There's a big chunk of space that the Stollery looks after, and I can't remember how many thousands of kids that they look after each and every single year. I know personally when I have my kids, and if they're hurt or sick, I will literally
That's where you take them.
bypass
Yeah,
perfectly good hospitals to get to the Stollery because the Stollery's care is by far the best, by far. So we did get to donate to the Stollery as well. Like we donated, and the total that the
whole event
the
race.
whole event and I'm not saying like just to go to the Stollery. I don't know that total, but I know just from the team of YAG Extra Life, the whole team raised $50,000, 266. So
Wow,
wow is right. Like they really, that's a lot of money. They raised a lot of money, and that
that's
was
amazing.
so amazing. They had 200 people come out to the event, from what I understand. I don't know if that's actually the final number, but that's what they uh, had registered was 200 people. I know 50 of them were building a game during the event.
That's
Uh,
great. Yeah.
so that was kind of cool to see some of the guys there. And I believe if you go to one of the websites, I can't remember what it's called, but I will find it and I'll mark it down. Uh, yeah, you can go and buy one of their games. Now they've they have said if you ever played one of the games that were made in 24 hours, don't expect something absolutely incredible, amazing thing like
No, of
expect
course
a
not. It's
24-hour game.
24 hours. Yeah.
But
But still, a game made in 24 hours.
that's pretty
Even with
impressive.
bugs, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure you'll find some broken games that would be kind of fun to play with or mess around in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was.
So now, it was the 24-hour gaming marathon. The majority of people who attend play video games, but I understand that there was also a section set up for people to play tabletop games.
Yes.
Did you take a tabletop break, Dan?
I did not take a tabletop break. I wanted to take a tabletop break, but I found there was just not enough. I couldn't connect enough to make that happen right away, and I just figured, I'll just continue playing video games, and everybody out there can watch and make sure that I'm still awake.
Were there some people there playing?
There was people playing games. There was people playing games, but they would seem to be off in their own little groups, and they had their own little thing going on. Next year, I don't know for sure what I'll be doing, if I'll be going to the event again. It was a lot of fun. Let me tell you, I had such a great time at the Extra Life event. But I don't know if I want to do that again next year. Personally, and here's the reason why. I think if I do it at home, I can have our own team that I'd like to bring in, where we can actually play games and live stream properly. I can actually make something that's kind of more
from the
watch.
house.
Yes, from the house. So I can actually play some multiplayer games, and you guys can watch us play against each other or with each other, and we can have a little bit more interaction. If you go and watch the live stream that we have up, it is super boring. Super. It is terrible. I actually suggest you don't go watch it because it's kind of boring. Uh, you can see that I did it. That's pretty much the essential part of it. Like I said, at one point, I was actually
recorded for posterity only.
That's pretty much what it's for, right? It's just there. That's what I was doing. And I know at the beginning I did some Destiny gameplay, and I had some guys with me, and you can actually hear the interaction between us. That was actually not so bad, but after that point,
as the night rolls on,
I was kind of on my own
in front of a camera.
You couldn't hear who I was talking with, so it was kind of a one-sided conversation. So it's not as good. So. Yeah. Next year, I hope to actually have a little bit more solid plan. I will be doing it again next year. Trina's not so sure about that if she wants to let me go for another 24 hours, but I think I can convince her that it's the story. It's a good cause.
That's when you gotta tap grandma in and hand the kids off, and she can go with you.
That's right. Yeah, and I need her to come play board games with us.
Yeah.
So.
Book grandma for the whole weekend, so then you can come home on Sunday and have an undisturbed nap after you're done.
Well, not only that, here's what my biggest issue with the event was. I woke up at I wake up at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning every single day. Now, from 5 o'clock on the Saturday, I was tossing and turning in my bed. I was trying to sleep in that day. I couldn't do it. So by 7 o'clock in the morning, I was up. Now, the event doesn't start till 2 or to 12. I have to be there at 12. So what do? I'm already awake. I can't go to sleep. I'm awake. So I stayed up all the way from 7 o'clock all the way. I think I didn't get home till roughly around 2-ish the next day. So I was up for a really long time. I did have a nap on Sunday. But yeah, I was exhausted. After that was a long haul.
The suggestion of possibly finagling the start times.
Well, yeah, if I can do it at home, I can just
we
can start in the morning, right?
Yeah.
It's not so hard. I can set up the night before. I can have
everything ready.
Yeah, everything ready and set to go. But like I said, this year's event was a lot of fun. I did have a great time. There was so much going on. There were so many people playing video games, and it was quite the sight to see. There was I have some pictures on Twitter of the kind of the setup. If you look down onto the space, anyways, you can see all the different rigs that people brought in. It was kind of cool to see. Some people had some crazy looking computers. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Sweet.
That's
awesome. Well, I think we chatted a bit before the show started tonight, and because it is Remembrance Day, I think we were going to opt for a slightly shorter show this evening. But before we go, we wanted to invite our listeners and viewers, because it is Remembrance Day, to join in with us for a moment of silence. I've got the last post queued up, and we're going to play that and take a moment of silence to remember our servicemen and women in respect of Remembrance Day. And then I think we'll call it a night.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks very much, everybody. It was really important to us to do that this evening to honor our servicemen and women and pay respect for Remembrance Day. So thank you so much for having a moment of silence with us. We appreciate it. So Dan, before we sign off, tell all our lovely listeners and viewers where they can find us on the interwebs, including our brand new website.
That's right. You guys can go right now and check out northernnerdnetwork.com. And there you will find our brand new, beautiful website. Go check it out. I'm very, very excited about it. And like I said, it's going to make it so that we can actually have audio versions of the podcast where you guys can find it on your local, podcastery. So yes, go check that out. I'm very excited. And you know what? You guys can also find us on YouTube. We're on the YouTubes. We're all over the YouTubes, actually. Go and check that out, because we've got so many YouTubes all over the place. So go check them out. Go find us on Facebook, Northern Nerd Network, and on Twitter. Yes, Twitter, Northern.
And he'll tweet back.
Say what?
I said our listeners and viewers can tweet at you, and you'll tweet back.
I will always tweet back, because I love doing that. I love talking to everybody out there. It was one of my favorite things to do, is just to connect with the different people within the nerd community, and it's such a great thing to do. So that is awesome. And what else? Oh, on Instagram, we have an Instagram account. Where it is somewhere.
We should double. We're really bad at that. We always add Instagram. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there's that Instagram thing that we do.
Trina started it up, and neither of us really Instagram. She's the one.
It's Instagram.com/Northern Nerd Network.
We should probably check with her about that.
Yeah, that's Trina's thing, right? Trina's is the Instagram thing. So, yeah, and one more thing before we go. Next episode is when, Chelsea?
November 23rd.
That's right. November 23rd.
We'll be talking about board games.
Yes. So I need to get some board game playing in before then, because I'm behind. And I need to get some board gaming.
So yeah, I know you and I can talk for days and days and days about board games, and so we toss it out right now to our listeners and viewers. This would be a great one for audience participation. So join in for the next one on November 23rd. Find us on the YouTube page and comment along, add your thoughts, comments, queries about your favorite board games. We'll be looking for your comments on that one.
So essentially, I'm gonna release the mystery behind the Nerdcast. Okay, so everyone out there is. I need to fix this. So everybody can, the fog of mystery behind the Nerdcast. Every second week, we do this thing. It's called the Nerdcast. It's on typically Mondays. Now, I know this is on Wednesday. We had a little bit of a scheduling issue on Monday. But if you're out there, you're watching, or you're listening, every second Monday at 8 o'clock, we go on live. Now, you can check us out like at the beginning of the episode.
8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time.
Mountain Standard Time, yes, that's right.
Edmonton. Anybody who's listening,
you're in Vancouver.
7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
So check us out. Come watch us live. You guys can live chat with us. And it'll be awesome. All right. So come on out. Check us out. November 22nd?
23rd.
23rd. November 23rd, 8 o'clock. We will be right there on the YouTube.
Talking about all the board games.
That's right. And if you go on to the YouTube page itself, I will have like a pre-up on there. So you guys can, pre-click on it and have that all set to go. All right. Ooh. That is it. That is all. Mm-hmm. I want to thank Chelsea, first off, for coming out again, because she's awesome and she's the best co-hostess ever.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez.
that's right.
Oh, shucks. Thanks, Dan.
And I want to thank you, the viewer slash listener, for tuning into this Nerdcast. I wouldn't do this if nobody listened to it, but people do listen to it and people do watch it, and so we will continue to make them because we love you guys so much and we love doing this so much. So
Yeah.
that's it. That's all. I want to thank everybody out there for watching this edition of the Nerdcast, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye.